it's hard being the best you can be because you're always thinking what's better,
Yeah.
But you never know, like, oh, I'm doing the best that I've ever done. I've ever been,
Look at me right
We're
now.
at our peak and we don't even realize it.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Right now, at this very moment. Forget the past. Forget it. Where are we right now? I'm grateful, regardless of anything that I don't have and what I do have. So some people don't even know how to give gratitude, and it's fucking crazy. The fact that we're able to give gratitude back to like anything, we're already blessed.
Yeah, no.
The fact that we're able to see our blessings.
I was just making a video about it, like emotions and stuff like that. How you feel, how you project them, what's wrong, what's right. You know, I tell 'em I could have my own truck parked there, brand new fucking truck, making money. You know, working, maybe having a 20-year-old woman. I'm 44, but I'm not gonna choose an old lady for me. You know, being more realistic to myself per
Right.
se.
Right.
But then again, my son, he probably be mad at me for some reason for hanging out with a chick younger than him. Maybe, maybe he'll be not talking to me because I'm busy. I'm busy making, constructing, building, generating, but not in the family and in me. You know, having that consciousness of dirtiness because I figured out when I was going to work and making money. I got home. My son's already sleeping. My daughter is I don't know where. My son is what? And the next day again.
Where's God? Right? Family. Where's your love?
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, 100%. Trust me, I can't commend that more, cause like I'm all about trying to build a family. Like my house right now. I live with my grandparents. Both of my parents, they've been separated and just went their own way. So like after high school, this is what I was telling myself I would talk about on a podcast because I was like, I don't know what to talk about on the podcast, and then I thought about it. It's like, man, I made it. Everybody's different. I don't want to look for the worst story. I don't want to have the saddest story. Like I just want to tell people
Or give them the story that they want to hear.
because I'm gonna be writing a book. I need to get it trademarked, but it's gonna be called The Man He Sees in Me, and it's really for like myself and God, but I wanted to give it to my son, to be able to, like, I don't want it to make it my story. I want it to be things that I've learned throughout my life with God helping me learn these things, me helping myself learn these things, other people helping myself learn these things that have taken place in my life that helped me learn these things, and put that all in one to end with like the man that my son and God see in me, and what I see in myself, and how all that can transcribe to make a man. But I don't know what a man is yet, because
Yeah, so you want to inspire.
So look, perfect. Well said, mijo. Cause I told my son myself, like, I'm a dad. I'm a father. For a few people, I'm not a good father. For many people, I'm not a good father. You know. But then again, who's them to say I'm a good father? But my kids, that I'm the father of them. You know. So the same thing with me and God, my relationship. Because I told my son, I didn't have my father with me since little. I didn't have somebody, but I did have my grandpa, which is a man. Man, not a God. I don't know, but he showed me God in many ways of nurture, of careness, of tenderness, of loving, of. And I told my son, I don't know how to be a father, but I know how to give those attitudes, the attributes, whatever. So I don't know. I don't know how to be a man also neither because we are different men. Everybody wants to say a man like it's a one thing. Men are all kinds of men.
Yeah.
All kinds of men. But in this world, we have electricians men. We have plumbers men. We have construction men. We have everything men. But to be a family man,
Oof. Ooh.
Yeah.
it takes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're ignoring that part, being a
Big
family
time.
man.
Right. Amen
You know?
to that for sure.
So I tell my son, you're doing right. Just write your book how you feel. Forget about the man. What man? You're the man. The man of God.
Yeah.
God is talking to you as a man.
The man
How
of
are
your
you
story,
feeling?
right?
Because for me, my God is telling me, you were right. When you were feeling this way, it's you being a man. A man can cry. A man can say, hey, I fucking need help.
Or
You
I'm
know?
fucking mad. Leave
Or
me
I'm
alone.
mad. Leave me the fuck alone for once. You know?
Oh my
Like,
god, he's so
oh
angry.
my
he's mad.
god, bro.
No, bro. I'm angry. Leave me alone. That's what it is.
Same.
Take it how you want.
Same thing with woman. I don't know. Now definition of woman, they don't even fucking know. Same thing was happening with men. What's the definition of a man? You're
Yeah.
28. What do you think is the definition of a man?
I mean, when somebody asks me who I am, or like who are you at a job interview, the first thing that always comes out of my mouth is I'm a father first. That's it. You know, like I'm a father first. That's what it is. Like I'm doing everything because I have something to provide for. You know,
Something to take care of.
yeah, exactly.
Protect.
To nurture. Like
To guide.
I have to help him learn things that I'm learning myself.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, like I asked my grandfather, how old were you when you had your son? He raised me with his son. We're 2 years apart. He was like, I had him about 30, and I was like, I would. No.
Bro, estoy escuchando y estoy escuchando a Dios. I'm telling you. Porque that's how my mind works. I'm sorry. If I always jump to that, that's just how my mind is right now.
I'll speak Spanish a little bit, but good. Do your thing.
Like when I hear you, I hear words of God. Like I'm learning for myself. It's the first time I've done this. So, like yeah, he had to learn. Man, he had to learn what he created. What are you creating? Like even himself. I'm trying to take care of something. I'm trying to provide for something.
So you're 28. Look,
Yeah.
I told my son at
You're doing very
27.
well, man.
At 27, I wasn't thinking like that, mijo.
Exactly.
I wasn't thinking like that, mijo. I was thinking on my wife, kids, and I'll be honest, here and there you wanna fucking sin because you're not taught correctly with the word of God. You're a human flesh with living with a sin.
Right.
You know? So becoming a man, it's when you become. I told my son before I was a father,
Yeah.
I was a son. So I don't want my father to be like, look at my son,
Right.
fucking up. Look at my son messing up. Look at my son. So, and I'm not doing it for my father, but I'm doing it because if I had a father, which is God, because I told my son, my father from earth, but my father from heaven is the one that is here right now,
Right.
educating me. And bro, he's so patient with you, so patient, mijo. So I think you're doing great. By your age of 30, the age of 25, you guys are gonna be speaking loud, words.
Yeah, that's why I'm pushing so hard on myself, and I gotta give myself a little more like leisure, but like to get right with God now, because the time is passing so fast. This year is almost 5 months.
And when you said about the hypocrisy, yeah,
Hypocrisy. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Myself, bro, I told my son during these 7 years, I didn't want to speak to nobody about anything because who is this person to be telling me what the fuck I gotta do, talking about God. And now that I do it now, I just explain my feelings. Like, if it wasn't because the word of God is helping me, bro, I could still be living in darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very different in living in darkness inside you than living in the bills out here, like
Yeah.
I owe money. It's kind of dark in a way, but if I don't let it hit me, like the worst can happen. I don't know what the worst could be, that not making the ends, but I don't have to worry about that no more.
Yeah.
Something in me gives me a lot of peace.
It's like God gives you light, so you yourself become light. And even though you're surrounded by darkness, like bro, you're in light,
Right.
and you take that light with you no matter what. You start spreading light. Everything starts becoming brighter and brighter.
I have a friend of mine that I think she is going through things like that, feelings, and that I think when you're going through your feelings, especially the dark ones.
Yeah.
When I mean dark ones, the ones that make you sad, the feelings, the emotions that make you anger, anxiety, those kind of make you feel bad in a way, consciousness, and I think that's when God is transforming you, because you gotta go through the valley of the shadows of death, bro. You gotta die, you gotta reborn,
Yeah.
How I said that he
'Cause
can
I-
make
'cause
even
like-
bad things good.
So like yeah. So I baptized, right, like not too long ago.
yeah.
And like I feel like where I went wrong is, like when I went to Arizona because I was gonna do it with my family out there. Took my son with me, and long story short, we ended up doing it at my family's house and the pool. They had family there to support me and stuff like that. But my uncle's friend, who was a pastor, he wanted me to speak in front of the family, and they all thought that I was sober, you know, cause
I don't think
like,
you can grab it, but try it.
cause I didn't know how to tell them that I wasn't, you know, and I feel like I baptized already lying, you know, and I held that really tight, real close to me, you know, and I felt like I was like there, but like it's half step, you know, so
You have sended it.
yeah, so like that's where like I'm at right now with this whole thing. Like right now, no more weed. I have nothing on me. I have this pen, and like after that, I'm gonna give it. Cause like I was telling Joan, right?
Joan.
That's what I thought. I just didn't want to say it wrong. I have this thing with like my whole family has been drugs. You know, both of my parents are recovering addicts. My mom's just about to get her 9-month chip.
Wow, man.
You
Look
know?
at you.
You know, she just recently, obviously 9 months ago, relapsed. But before that, she left here, and left me and my sister. I was already graduated, but it was my sister still in school. You know, and like to me, it's just if I can do that, oh, bro. You know, it's like I don't even want to know what's next because I can't even imagine. You know, because my mind's gonna be thinking different. You know, I want to know who I am. I'm so happy, but I'm not happy, and there's more to me that I want to figure out. You know, so yeah, like that's why I told him I wanted to
Damn,
come.
bro. Look, this is the next step that it is. After you go through whatever battle you're going through, this is the next step when you start looking for your future. If you really feel good, imagine when you're gonna feel in heaven
Yeah.
with the peace in mind.
He's already presents you with a little bit of heaven.
With the peace in mind,
Imagine.
when you stop lying,
Yeah.
when you stop controlling, when you stop asking, when you start, bro, sinning in many ways. I know we're sinners, you know, like I told my son, but there's some things that words that have to be speaking out loud, you know. And I think you're doing great because, bro, yeah, mijo, because man, and it's okay to you gotta explain where you come from. Because I told my son, the world that I was living in, man, it's terrible. I tried to be a good boy. I think I forgive myself. I forgive myself of all whatever sin I did, bro. I'm not even gonna have it in my consciousness. I don't care, right? Who was that? That wasn't the Son of God. This is the Son of God.
Yeah, that's to come, and I can't wait for that day. You know,
Yeah.
I feel so much better because I know I hold a lot of regret. I know that's why I lost my family. She doesn't know. I know. I'm taking that with me, myself, and God.
Yeah.
You know, but that I know that my actions then led me to more actions. And
Yes.
just it happened. You know, and that's why I haven't given up. But I had to.
Wow,
I've been recently. It's been so hard, just kind of moving on. You know, and I feel like she's been catching on to it, but that's what I've been working on. Not thinking of what she's thinking, because it's just.
Oh, that's another thing for me. Also, like I'm telling you, I'm going out with this friend of mine that she's beautiful, and and I'm learning a lot from her in many ways too, and my emotions, you gotta control such emotions with such different type of people, you know. And I told my son I didn't want to talk to nobody, because if I'm talking to them, I'll be a hypocrite, not to speak out loud my mind. And that's with her, I feel myself. I can be myself. But it's not because of her, it's because I have learned that I gotta be who I gotta be. And I'm gonna choose the people that are gonna find me to feel okay.
Right.
So the thing is, like, what you're doing right now, finding out Joan, and getting these guys together, that's what you need.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. That like I told him, that's exactly why.
Somebody that can understand what you're going through.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because when I went to church for the first time, I was so excited to see somebody I knew from high school playing in the drums, you know. So like my mission, and
Monarch Butterfly.
like I can't wait. Like I'm gonna be a part of church. You know, I look up to my uncle because he lost it. Like I was telling Joanne, like he's my biggest testimony. Like we have so many things around us that's like testimonies. That's like, dude, this is the way. you know.
Mhm.
But we find, like he said, ego, and it's easing God off. You know, that's what we have. We men have ego. We find a way to just push away,
Push
do-
away things that
you
you
know.
know.
But what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Brain fart. I don't know. I was on to something big.
About testimonies and your uncle.
Oh yeah, so my uncle, him and my mom, like we moved to Arizona when I was in 4th grade, going into 5th grade. He was going through it with his wife. He must have been going through drugs problems because they both went to NA meetings together, and he lost his family. You know, like he was having to do the whole split custody thing, no court, but divorce was there. You know, like everything. I mean, the worst. You know, and I didn't realize what I seen it. I seen what it was. You know, and I already had that when I was younger, but they broke up when I was too old, so I just grew up wanting. So I looked at them like, so I was going through the worst, and it was like, damn, you know. But I was young; we didn't think of anything. So, anyways, growing up, and then watching him get right with God, and now he has everything back, everything, everything, and it's just like, I mean, my grandpa, he believes in God, but he's always like, well, I feel like they're always going through something. But some people always have something to say, you know. But I'm just like, man, you know, like, not if it could happen for you, it could happen for me. But if I give it effort, why couldn't it? You know, I don't think I deserve it yet.
This is why I'm not in religion, okay, mijo. Like I'm not Catholic or I'm not. I don't know what to say, but this is what God wanted me to be, just to find peace.
Yeah.
That
I just wanna
He's
be
got
happy.
you, bro.
Yeah.
That if you follow this road, you will suffer, because this road will tell you you're useless. What the fuck are you doing? You have traumas, you know. You're going through emotions that you're not supposed to feel. Since little kids, they're already telling that it's in high school, you know, and we are being programmed into believing this. So the closer you get to God, and you come to your spirit of sense, oh, you start seeing everything, like, bro, like, and you're going to the right way if you're easy math. If he got it back everything because now he has God in his heart, what worse can it be for you? You know? Yeah, we might not be multimillionaires, which is the richest of this world, but bro, if I found peace with my family in a home, in a place provided by God, bro, I'll be chilling.
Yeah, that's what I want, and that's what I've been telling my friends, that we feel like we have nothing to lose as far as but get better. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like my buddy, he's paralyzed. He was doing concrete finishing,
Mm-hmm.
and heavy labor every day on your body. You know, 7 days a week. We all know sometimes we don't want to stop because we got to provide. And he was having back pains, and he didn't want to stop because you can't miss work. And one day he was taking a shower, and he got a shock from the top of his head to the bottom of his foot,
Damn.
paralyzed. Something happened, and
And you
God
know
bless
why?
you.
I'll tell you why, mijo. I work in the system before. Because if you don't, you're a man.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You're not showing up, bro. You know, you're a husband. You need to provide for the family. You gotta go to work. You know, and you're committed. You
Yeah.
gotta fucking go to work. I tell my son, I used to go to work sick, and guess what? But now that I have got I'm going through the money issue, but I don't think it's God want me, because every time I go to work, for real,
you get hurt.
no, not even that. The job stops. I only work for like 3 months.
God takes me out.
God takes me out. But I know during that time, I'm thinking that everything except God.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's what I was saying. Like, right now, you know, like, he had to get his surgeries and stuff, trying to figure out his mobility. He's got his mobility back a little bit, but just recently, he has a couple daughters, and he's going through it with the baby mama now, right? And long story short, I've been on his side with this whole, you know, most of this whole journey with the last surgery, and, you know, going to visit him and stuff. And he was recently talking about, man, I need money. You know, he can't move. And I told him, I'm gonna make this happen for myself to be able to provide. I can't promise you specifically because that's a lot for me, right? You can't do that. You can't do that to yourself. But I was like, I'm gonna provide a platform so you can be like, we can get you on some things. You can learn how to edit. I can teach you how to edit. You know, you can be the social media person where I send you the content, or you create the content for us, and you know, we figure out your cut somehow. You know, but these are ideas for you to think about. But then he started talking about just the other day, bad day. Man, I'm gonna just have to resort to selling dope, whatever the hell I gotta do to make it happen. You know, and I heard that, and the first thing that I thought about was, man, same thing with my other friends, but I'm gonna leave this example to it. I was like, man, we gotta get to church. We got to get ourselves to God. And the last Sunday, he said, lean on a brother. Take a brother with you if you're scared, you know? If you think you guys need it, or you know he needs it, or one or the other, both of them, go. And same thing with my brother Cullen. I'm pushing the sobriety thing because I know it's wholesome, and I know it'll bring a benefactor. But if you can have a way to really benefit you and put that to the side, but if we know we have a problem, we're gonna always find an excuse. And just like John, that's how you know him, huh? He was telling me, don't be hard on yourself, like when you say you're gonna stop, because you're gonna discourage yourself. And I was like, see, that's how I know I'm not discouraging myself. I said it once before, and I said it again, but this time it's a different motive, you know?
Yeah.
It's a different
Different feeling.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's what I'm doing. Is I'm leaning on people that I know that are gonna help me get to where I want to get to, and it's my inner circle. That recently, this last 5 months has been like letting go of my inner circle, and it's been the hardest thing that I've had to do in my life.
I made my video and I spoke about emotions, and I mentioned the circle. I said my circle of friends have become so small that I have nobody else messing up with my emotions and my feelings. Like, I don't care no more. Like, it's not that I don't care, that it doesn't benefit me being you being my friend and I'm being your friend, because if you feel that way about me, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
So that's it.
That too, but like right now, and like how you say you're gonna be like, because hearing you say it's like, yeah, when you guys both got into it, if you don't have the vision of just being you and a family, like, I want to be able to have my son go over to your son's baseball game to go see you guys when he's not even playing.
And trust,
you know,
and be able to trust you, right?
Yeah, you know,
like you're not gonna do anything about
to my son or anything, you know, like, yeah, and that's all I want. I just want to be able to be around, like, because I've been thinking about weddings, right? Because I'm doing weddings now. I was like, who's gonna be in these seats? You know, who's gonna be in these seats? You know, and at first,
hey, I like that. You gotta being truthful to speak, like what you think.
Because I know some people push it.
You know, because at first I was like, oh, I'm gonna, but I was like, man, how are they gonna feel going to my wedding? How are you gonna feel for me? I don't want you to go for the event.
Yeah.
I want you to go because you're happy for me.
Right.
You know, I want. It's funny. Like, yeah, I want you guys to go to that little phone book, or I want to see you guys not I want to see the numbers, but I want to see you guys be happy to go here for this person. We're celebrating, you know, because I'm looking at the different photographers that take these photos, and you look at the people that repost them, and you can see the love sometimes that some of these people have. And the last event I went to, this last wedding I did, it hit my heart because it was so many different milestones. Like a year from that day, I was in Cancun at my first ever wedding, and I was around all this love, right? My son wasn't there. It was no kids. It was all inclusive. But I was like, man, I'm watching my uncle let his first son go, you know, and I was telling him, Uncle, man, like, I look up to you so much. He was like, you have this. He was like, protect that little boy. He looks up to you, you know? And it was like, man, like, I just want to be better. I just bought a 360 photo booth, and I didn't even have this camera yet. This camera came by God. Everything is by God.
Right.
And that's why literally. And like, so when I was at that wedding, a song came on, and it's like, it's my worship song. Like, if that's probably their song, but that's my song. Like, that song played for me.
The way I feel it and I know it.
Exactly how you're feeling it, that's how you gotta project it, mijo. Regardless if somebody said, "Tan loco," like, you're crazy, I would think, you know. You gotta be
I was
crazy.
singing, taking pictures right there, happy, and it was just like, man, like it just it was, everything was calling, you know. This couple was so young, 22, 23. They go to Harvest. They met each
Right,
other.
right, right. Nice,
They-
beautiful.
You know, very nice, beautiful, young. They met in the youth
Exactly,
ministry.
perfect.
You know, I mean, the family. They said they made it work. You know, like everybody came together.
Everybody came together. Everybody
To make-
push
yeah.
in. Like they worry about it.
Yeah,
You
'cause
know.
she said Ziamara wouldn't have had this money to be here at this beautiful venue, you know?
Mhm.
Because I was like we were all thinking, how much they think that wedding was?
Man, you
know,
right?
45 for 35 grand at the minimum. And I'm just like, man, dude, you know, and the way she said it, like people came together, you know. It
That
just-
kind of family, huh, mijo?
yeah, you know, and I'm like, man, by God, you know, that's all.
And listen, you're young.
Right.
My son is young. And I tell my son, don't think of me and my family. Think about you and your family. How are you going to see your family in the future? Because this generation, this is where it stops. Things like that. I want you and your family to grow up with your families together. You build friends.
I had a ladder.
You build friends that care as a family, because that's a family when it grows up. Good
Right.
friends. Because with where I come from, there's a lot of envy. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of, I don't know why, man. I wasn't expecting that from family, but reality is, you know. So, for me, God has given me everything right now, you know.
Yeah, God's gonna walk me through the sobriety. I know He's gonna help me. I mean, and I don't want to say it's not gonna be tough, because I've been smoking since I was 15 years old, but I have faith that I'm gonna be one of.
When
those
you say
people-
smoke, what smoke?
weed,
Weed? Oh, okay.
you know, yeah, like it's just
The story, yeah, me too. I want to leave. I don't want to be smoking weed, to be honest. But no, wait. Sometimes I think now the weed is because, of course, you're smoking it. Me personally, I want to stop smoking it, not because of the pure thing that is weed, is because I gotta smoke it. You know, it's missing my lungs, and it's probably hurting some kind of
Yeah.
health my issue. But other than that, for me, weed, it helps me a lot. You know, ever since I smoke weed, I've been closer to God. Ever since I smoke weed, my mind can be itself.
Yeah, you get closer to God. You started thinking of like, what do I
With
want?
my consciousness.
Yeah, with your consciousness, you start getting that high. You elevate yourself a little bit, because you're not no longer here with everybody else. You forget about the worries of the world. That's what weed does, right? It makes you feel good.
But I also
Chill.
think that I feel that way because I have different thoughts. Because I think also that if you live in darkness and weed is making you feel
better.
no, not better, but
Takes you away or something.
what makes you more rethink your darkness. I don't know.
Yeah,
But for me, it has never. In the contrary, ever since I smoke weed, it gives me that thinking
Yeah,
more
no, yeah.
optimistic
I get that.
in life.
I get that. Cause like me, like it's just like I had no more weed. I stopped smoking wax, cause it was like it was too much. I feel like I was coughing up loogies, you know, and I was like, dang, this is.
You know, and because wax, you know, when you go like now you
But-
can see like
But I was
it's-
smoking so much wax. I mean, even
Damn.
like I smoke a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and
Oh.
and I'm just like, man, like for what, you know, and like I was telling,
Joan.
dude.
I'm the same way, bro. That's my son. I'm the same way with names. Fuck, I suck.
No, cause I know a Johan.
Johan.
So like, I almost said Johan like 3 times before I said it, you know.
Yeah.
But I was telling Johan like when I went to Mount Rubidoux today. Even just the fact of me pushing through to getting to run, like this guy, I was getting out of the car, and long story short, he said I climbed the side of the mountain, you know, and I was like, damn, all right, cool, see you at the top, you know. And when I was walking, I started before him. I mean, he passed me. You know, at a point, the first point, it was like, yo, what up? And I was like, oh, shoot. I gotta go so I can beat you up there, you know? So I just kind of walked faster. I was walking, getting the pace, and then I got to a spot, and I was winded. And I was like, sheesh. I'm just walking, mind you. I'm just like, sheesh. Like, my heart's racing. I gotta keep pushing. And I hear him, yo, homeboy. I didn't hear him at first, and he said it again. I look up, and he was up there. He had just started the last round, and I was like, dang. And some guys look back, and I was like, he's crazy. He's going up the side of the mountain. And then I was like, man, you out here, you want to get yourself right. You know, you want to feel better. You want to get closer to God. You want to open your mind. And something in me just said run, so I started running. You know, and I ran a little bit, and then reality, boom, slow down. You know, so I slowed down. I was like, I ran a little more, and then slow down. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna set a point. We were talking about mind over matter right now, so I just ran. I got to these steps, and I was like, man, I feel like I can still run. So I ran up the steps, and I got to like the 6th step up that Rubidoux, and I just stopped, and I was like, I feel good, you know. And I was up there, called my baby mama, and I was like, look at this beautiful, you know, hike you missed out on today, because I've been trying to get her to go with me, just to be around her, just to hang out, you know.
Yeah, I get you.
And because before that, I wouldn't hit on her, but sometimes I would just send her something cute, just kind of let her know, you know, something, or just, it was like all about her, you know. And I'm just trying to change the approach, you know, because it's not an approach no more. It's like, I want to be in the places where Dad wouldn't be if we weren't together. I want to be invited to the places. I want to be invited to the Sunday morning dinners with you and your family, because the baby's gonna be there. And
I get you, mijo.
Like,
yes.
like I gotta do that, and I gotta get right, and I gotta put
Yeah.
God first.
Mm-hmm.
Slow down, lose my anger, get rid of what I had held in. I've done the counseling. I've done the footwork, but I need to put the faith, you know? So that's why I was like, man, like your videos, at first it was like, I'm interested in a relationship with you personally, because I was like, the photography stuff is cool. It's like a common goal. But then you've been pushing this, Lord, like it's you only recently, you know? And I'm like, man, I've been listening, you know? And then
I'm glad you look at my boy. My son speaks very beautiful, huh?
Dude, I mean, you got me here, you know?
And I hope he gets
not
many.
Even like that, but just
Yeah, and I hope he gets many, because I think that's the purpose.
you should, bro. What you need to do next is just go around a different scenery.
Yeah,
you know, eventually, you know, just pop up
today.
Yeah, just
We're gonna
pop
go
up.
today,
Yeah,
maybe
pop
at
up
night,
at the
at
beach.
sunset. Remember?
With the water?
The water. And you
That's
just
that's
speak.
exactly where I was thinking.
Oh
I
boy.
was like, where am I going today? Probably over there.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Take your.
I'm gonna make my content too.
And then go somewhere in the morning, like you know, like yeah, dude, make it. Yeah.
Well, we also I wanna work with you guys too, because,
Fuck the world.
bro, you know what I mean. And I've been strong. This is not the big time. First time I think about it. I mean, I've been thinking this for years. In my mind, always I gotta do something in YouTube. Not because of the money, but I want something. This is who I am. I'm very creative. I'm very talkative. I talk a lot. I really like to help people, you know.
Get
And
your food handler's card and your permits and go
You know?
sell tortas.
it's not even that. I don't really want to be doing that. You know what I
You
mean?
don't have passion for that? The cooking?
No.
No, not like that. We have a passion for it, but not
Yeah.
to be going around selling tortas like that.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
For that, it's like our daily bread. God presented us with the opportunity, but even that, we have to feel that opportunity.
And like I said, because if I wanted
Something
money, I'll
bigger.
just go back to the world.
Right.
Like your uncle said. You know? No,
Hello,
God
big
doesn't
bird.
want that. God doesn't want you to be thinking about greed and money, and just do the right work. You know what he told to his apostles? Spread my word. That's it. But here, we start working.
Bro, when he talked to his apostles before he sent them out in twos, he said, only take one set of clothes, don't take any food with you, don't take any money with you, just you. Everybody else is gonna provide for you, I promise you. And whoever doesn't want you, you move to the side and you go to somebody else that is going to open their doors for you. Even the dirt you're supposed to shake off your feet before you leave that house that didn't want you. Alright, sounds good. I'm going over here where they celebrate that I'm freaking coming back.
And like you said, you want those kinds of friends
Yeah.
that celebrate when
That
they
welcome
see
you.
you, that welcome you when you see you. Forget about the world. I don't want to go back to it.
They're just happy.
You know,
that you're
because
happy.
I remember
You know what
when I used to go to work, they don't care about me. They want you to come and work, and bro, I'm telling you, it's tough. You
No,
know,
I know, yeah. Like I was telling Joanne, like I'm gonna be going back to work, and like my mindset on it, because at first I told, like I mean, don't get me wrong. If I can, I don't want to, You know, if like, and this is so contradicting because I know I can, but if the opportunity arises for me to be able to still be out of work and spend the time with my son and be as efficient as I can be with the photography or anything else that I can put my hands on, let it be happening, you know?
Mhm.
But right now, I'm okay with the foundation of being in the environment of weddings and quinces because that's what I'm trying to transform my social media platform as,
Nice,
so
bro.
I can sell that, you know, get a team on the side.
And don't get me wrong, I'm also trying to find a work, a job. But like I'm telling you, I'm 44 now. I'm building myself again. Like, what am I good at? What is it that I really do like to do with passion? You know, because even if I used to like wrestling, it's taking me a lag back to the workout, back to thinking about, bro. I gotta redo myself.
No.
You know, and you have you heard that in a perro viejo no le enseñas truco.
Yeah. You can't teach your old dog new tricks.
Mm.
I don't believe in that shit.
Yeah.
I believe that I can learn something new, something that's gonna benefit me, and like you said, that's gonna give me provide that time to be with my family,
Right.
and it's gonna be the word of God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the word of God, and that doesn't say that I'm gonna be sitting down just speaking. No, it could be an opportunity in a job for something. You know, something that I'm gonna be ready for it. Because if they call me for construction, I'm ready for it. You know, I tell my son, God will provide. I don't say no to that jobs. Jobs, of course, are welcome. But sometimes I think that God knows better, and He pulls you in, and He pulls you out, and you just gotta be patient, like you
The
said.
Lord gives and the Lord takes away.
When you were running, sometimes you're going too fast. You gotta slow down. What is it that I'm going? God is telling you. I know you want that, but that's not what I think is good for you. And Kyle, think about it again. And there we go. You know.
And when you're
So
ready,
this
you
is
go
me
again.
right now. But you, what are you doing about this, bro? It's beautiful. Maybe that's something that, because we're living in a world where you gotta have a business.
Right.
And you're 28, right?
Yeah.
I'm 44. Me, I don't want to start a business. I don't want to be working for the government. I don't want to be dealing with the government. Right now, I don't even have a license because of the government. You know what I mean? So, in reality, I wish to be under the radar no more, because it was filling my soul. It was filling my soul, my spirit. Like, you're not a good dad. You're this. Like, bro, who's telling what the fuck is going on right now? So I don't want to listen to that one. This is what I'm, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna do a business for sure, but it's gonna be a great business, something that God provides for.
Yeah.
And how you know how when you feel it, oh, that's God. God gave that to me. God, you know, that's exactly how we're gonna feel about the business. So even if the tortas aren't working out as much, like, it's okay. It did its job. It's great.
It's got him feeling this pressure. It has got him to speak more about God. How about that?
Yeah. That's why I don't really worry about the tortas as much, because I see how I'm working this. It's not really like I'm working. It's like, God, you took me to here. I just need to keep doing this.
Yeah.
You're teaching me something, and I'm teaching.
You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith.
Faith first. That's what I'm learning right now. God took me away from everything else because He said, "All right, even if you have nothing, have your faith in me, and I'm gonna provide you with everything."
And you see my son right here speaking out beautiful, but he's going through hell too. We speak. He has cried. Pa, I feel this, and I'm like, I know, mijo. Me, look, listen. We talk. If I wasn't here for my son, who am I? I'm not gonna be a hypocrite about being a good father, bro. I'm gonna be a good father. You know, that's what God gave me. He didn't make me an electrician. He didn't make me a nut. He made me a father first. Fuck this world. I'm gonna be a father with my sons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then maybe I become something else that God wants me to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited. Who's gonna create? Who's God gonna create this
A king.
this new persona that is gonna be helping people of my age going through? I know you guys going through divorce. You're going through that baby mama process, bro. So deadly. Mind, spirit, and your heart.
Body.
Going to not seeing your baby every day. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. Sleeping at night knowing that And a man is a protector. Imagine you take that away from them. That's the only thing that he protects.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I mean, I had to, like, I mean, I call him a couple times a day. You know, I'll drop
Yeah.
him off in school. I want to call her after school, call him after school, see how school was. You know, and then she goes to school for hair at like 5, so I try to call him before, you know,
Mhm.
and I can call her folks too, but I want him to know I'm there. You know,
Mhm.
and I know I'm good. I'm doing a good job for sure.
And I don't have just one son. Look, I have my other son. He's 15. We're living in a world, bro, that everybody's so busy trying to figure out themselves in this world that they forget that they also go through mental issues. They also go through feeling that love and care. They also feel like, where's my dad? Where's my mom? Who do I talk to? You know what I mean? My daughter, I don't know how to I am myself. How am I gonna supposed to know how my daughter feels being a woman? My ex-wife, how so much stuff, you know. So I can't worry about it, but leave it to God. But you gotta put your part in, you know.
Yeah.
So I think what you're doing about with your baby mama, I think it's beautiful. You put in,
Yeah.
you put in,
Becoming.
you put in, you put in. Sometimes it takes a while. You know what I mean?
It's been like 4 years already.
Yeah, hey, love is patience, mijo.
Lose patient, yeah.
You know, but you gotta love yourself first.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's
Love
why I
yourself
know
first.
it's important.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
There is our worst enemy is ourselves. I was killing me. I was dying. I was being not good to
The
myself.
most powerful, the richest kings have all fallen to their emotion towards a woman. So that's how powerful they
Or
can
to
be.
the world.
Or to the world, yeah. That's how powerful they are, bro. So it's like, I love you.
Right.
I love me. So you gotta see this. You gotta see this first. Before anything else, you gotta see this. You know? The love that I have for myself. Because this is what I'm truly willing to give.
Because if you love yourself, you cannot doubt that you love your daughter. Because if you don't love yourself, you know you can't say you love your daughter.
Son.
Huh?
Son.
Son.
Yeah.
Oh, son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when I was going through my daughter's house, my conscience, bro, as a father first, like, I'm telling you, forget about the work. This is how God shoots at you. Like, I made you a father first. I made you a husband first. No, forget about a father, a husband first, bro.
And it's really cool because, like, I think
A
about God as a
husband.
king. I think about him as, like, yes, the father, but yeah, he really is that. He is a father first. So, like, the person you're learning from is the best person to learn how to be the best dad.
The
You
best
got-
man.
You got the best mentor,
Yeah.
the best father.
You know, and all these people are going with the religious thing, the God, the this, like the history. Like, bro, just listen to the words of the Bible. Just listen to the stories of the Bible. Who is right, who's wrong? Listen to the words. You will find the truth. Right?
Yeah.
Like, think about this. Like, how old is your son?
5, 4.
4.
Gonna be 5.
Like, do you think he spends his time worrying about whether or not you're gonna provide for him? No, right? He's just like,
Where's my
no, my
dad?
dad loves me. I love my dad. Right? Regardless of anything, he's gonna provide for me because he's my dad.
Or
Same
protect
thing.
me.
And protect me because he's my dad.
You know?
First, right? He's my dad. I don't have to worry about anything else. It's exactly the same position we have to put ourselves in. It's like, regardless of anything, he's our father. He's gonna provide for us. He's gonna protect us. Even if anything around us looks a little scary, like, I have my dad. You know, father first.
But imagine if you don't have your dad.
Yeah.
Imagine if I don't have God, my dad. How you feel when you don't have your dad?
How do you feel when you don't have God around you?
You know, there's a sad story about this world. Many kids are being raised without a father.
We're in a godless society.
They have a construction working, living in the house, a plumber, electrician, but where is the father?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
where is the husband? The husband first, because that's when happy wife, happy life. It's because the wife wants the husband, and the husband wants the wife.
And what's making the wife happy?
Yeah.
The time.
time, yeah.
The
Patience.
quality time, the patience, that knowing that somebody's there for her, support emotionally.
And sometimes that's why a lot of the times it gets taken because you don't understand it.
Mhm.
And he's like, I don't want this person to waste that for them. You know.
Yeah.
Not your fault. You don't understand it, but they're willing to give that, or they're giving.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
See, like I told my son, I'm divorced, and I saw her mom, and I went like, oh man, now how many times did I hurt her? Trillions.
I know. Sometimes she'll tell me things. I'll show her pictures like, you remember what you did that day, and I'm like, whoa.
And no, don't get me wrong.
No, I didn't.
And
You
don't
said
get me
something
wrong.
Very hurtful, and I'm like, whoa.
And don't get me wrong. If I were to be with my emotions, I can say the same thing.
Definitely.
But since men are not supposed to feel so much emotions, we let a lot of things slide.
Yeah.
You know?
Until it's put in our face, and it's like.
And it's like, bro,
Yeah.
you thought, but that's ego, whatever, bro. Sometimes, but at the same time, nothing breaks the family than ego and pride,
Mm-hmm.
because thinking I'm knowing more than God, man. You think
Yeah.
that you guys find God and everything gets back together.
Yeah, and that's that's what I'm doing. Putting myself in church, putting my son in the kids club, letting him go to the children ministry. Want him to make friends. His first day he came out. I said, Dad.
Yeah, be a child.
He said, Dad, I made so many friends. I had so much fun. I have it recorded. He's taking pictures of him. I was watching him kind of just adjust to this new environment that I put him in.
Because
and he was kind of like, unjust at first, and then I encouraged him to get in the line for the jumper they had that day, and just I felt good to be there, because I was like, this is what I'm supposed to be. When I came back, it was reassurance of where I should and where I'm gonna be, So yeah, even because we split weekends, so on the weekends that she has him, besides this Sunday for Mother's Day, he'll be at church with me, going.
yeah, man.
And I need to go on Wednesdays too, because like today I don't have him. Every Wednesday I don't have him.
And even me with my
Go to
son.
church on Wednesdays?
There's a ministry on Wednesdays.
You go to Crossroads?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And even me with my son, I believe in God that He put us together like that, bro. Because now that you see us like that, but we didn't really know each other at first. Same thing. Because where is Dad? Where is Mom? They're doing their thing. I don't give a fuck no more. Like, I'm trying to build myself. You know what I mean? But kids are lost. He was lost. Even if he didn't find God right now, bro, he still be thinking, what am I gonna do? Because this world is bring. What do you wanna be? Who do you wanna be? Money. For money, a lot of people are getting lost. I have friends, young friends, that for an iPhone they're willing to do anything.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to work on myself, is not thinking about the money, because recently like stuff has been coming my way, and I'm like, wow. When I don't even put effort into thinking about it, I'm getting taken care of.
Nice.
And if it wasn't for my foundation of my grandparents, I wouldn't even have that, But it's not even about the money, because I was like, man, I need to take my mind off of this, and I gotta stop thinking about money, because I was like, even my grandfather said, you're gonna get drained out being money driven,
You're gonna be wanting it and not having it, and you're gonna be like, oh.
If I would have been money driven, I probably wouldn't have any money, bro. The child support series would have come up with it. Everything, bro. Bro,
Taxes.
shut up.
Yep.
I had to sell my house to give her half. All my cars, my Ferraris would have been going for her.
I'm like, hey, I don't put it past you though, so you could have got me.
I have nothing. I have everything. You know what I mean? I have my peace, bro. Because, yeah, I'm glad you're okay, mijo. 28, going through the trauma. It is a trauma, but you gotta know that you're forgiven.
Yeah.
Like you say, you're reborn. Now, looking forward.
Yeah.
Looking forward to what God's gonna provide for you. Many ways. Don't fight it. I'm not fighting it.
Let your Holy Spirit flow. 'Cause it's like,